everybody. Welcome back to Misfit Corner Comics. It's the Arsenault's Andrew speaking. It is Friday night, and this is the Nerd Den. Yay! And so far, it's just me and Zach.
I'm sure other guys will show up.
Yeah. Well, I know Todd already texted he was going to be late, and what's his name? Doc said he may not be able to join.
Yeah, he said everybody's got the flu. It's that Doc.
Yep. So. Let me see. Who else? Did I get a message from somebody else? Let me just look real quick.
That's cool.
Okay. It's one of my customers letting me know he's bringing in a box of trade comics. So
right.
I'm all for that. He actually brought in some comics that I might be interested. Hold on a second. I got to address something. MK says laugh out loud. Schedule for 8:06. Oddly specific and nay a change. Actually, 8:06 is when I created the live stream. I didn't schedule it at all. I think it just shows you that because I didn't schedule a time. So unless I schedule a time, it just shows you the time that I created the live stream. And he says 8:31. Impressive, Drew. You've been able to keep it semi on time. That is always the goal.
Well,
Mr. Avery, how the heck are you?
Avery.
Okay.
So Andrew, I want to run a thought by you.
Sure.
You're the resident king of comics around here, and the resident king of pissing off Nigerian scamsters. Well, I think most of them are from the Philippines. Anyway, well, so I have come to the conclusion after due consideration that Heavy Metal Magazine is really overrated.
Yes.
Because
especially the newest one, the new one that they just recently brought out. I only bought the first issue, and I bought it at a convention where somebody had it for like $5, and it's regularly like $15. And wasn't impressed enough to try to search out any more issues.
Well, look, I mean, I'm going through a lot of the older issues that I picked up here and there.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I wasn't really that impressed by it. I mean, the art is great, obviously, but the stories, they're not really good.
Well, I hate to say it, a lot of that stuff people bought because of the covers. They collected the covers.
Well, not only that, but I have a feeling that, back in the 70s and 80s and 90s when that stuff came out, the main reason people bought them was because of the boobs.
Oh, well, that too. But there was a lot of boobs on the covers too. So
yeah, boobs on the covers, boobs on the pages. I mean, I just, but the thing is, I'm looking at the stories right now, and it's just, I mean, it's just not. I mean, the stories are just like someone's juvenile pot-fueled fantasy from the 70s, And it what seemed really cool when you were like a 17-year-old kid back in the day, and but when I'm reading it now, I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, the story is boring. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
and a lot of those stories were supposed to be continued, and you never saw the next part.
No. And,
or the next part came months and months and months later, and yeah.
Look. Look, I like Moebius's art, and Arzak is, it's a good story, but when you think about it, it's just a guy flying around on a giant pterodactyl, intersposed with a few panels of a naked babe.
Right.
And there's no plot. There's no why is she there. Another story I read. I mean, I literally found myself just literally flipping the page as fast as I could because I wanted to get through it because it was something about a guitarist who was murdering people with the sounds, and there were a bunch of really hot women in 80s style haircuts who had something to do with it, but I couldn't be bothered to really look into it. And it just felt like this is really juvenile. The art is great, the stories are shit.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, look, Conan. You can sort of make. I mean, the worst thing you can say about the Savage Sword of Conan, which is my current obsession, is that the stories are repetitive, but that's kind of what you want. You want to see Conan, running around with beautiful women while he's slaughtering wizards. That's the whole point of it, right? I mean, otherwise, what's he wouldn't. you know, throw in the occasional there's a Red Sonja, and you know, it's good. But yeah. So heavy metal, I don't think I'm going to be buying any more of those because
Well, you could search out some of the older stuff, which was usually much better. But yeah, more of the modern stuff is not that great.
no, I think
They have pretty covers, pretty much.
well, see, I mean, the reason I bring it up is I've been rereading, you know, like Sean Howe's like Marvel: The Untold Story, and I'm currently in the part where he's talking about, you know, the early '90s, like the big gold rush, and then the crash, and how that was really when they started putting out like, you know, 15 different variant covers of the same issue.
Right, right.
And it just seems to me now that increasingly when I'm looking at modern comics, although DCKO looks interesting, I might look into that. That's an interesting storyline. Although it really does, although now that I think about it, they're basically like, you know, doing the same storyline as Secret Wars, the original Secret Wars, but you know, but with Superman becoming like, well, spoiler alert, Superman basically like gets Darkseid's powers in the last issue, or so I've read. But no, but the thing is like,
Wait a minute. So you haven't read either of the two issues that are out so far?
no, I haven't.
Zach, you can't comment on something you don't know anything about or haven't read.
Oh, please, we comment on shit like that all the time.
No, we don't. We usually see it first, and then we can comment.
I want to check it out, though. I mean, it looks
okay. Well, I actually picked up the first two issues. I've read both of them, and they were fantastic.
All right. So I mean,
I can think whatever I want to about that stupid
You
shit.
can, but you cannot comment on the Fantastic Four, third Fantastic Four movie if you haven't actually seen it.
Well,
I can comment that I have no interest in seeing it. It looks boring.
True. But you can't say it's crap without seeing it.
I'm pretty sure it's crap.
Well, let me ask you something, Andrew. You think the plot was like a deliberate ripoff of the original Secret Wars back in the day, or it's just like a coincidence? Since at this point, pretty much everything's a retread. I mean, basically, it's a.
I don't think it matters if you can tell a good story and it's fun and has its moments that surprise you. Then you know that's like the Hunger Games is copying whatchamacallit, Battle Royale. Yes, but no, it was its own thing. They did things differently and made it into its own thing. Is DC
that was really boring?
Is DCKO an exact rip of Secret Wars? Absolutely not.
You know what?
But it has that feeling to it, but they're doing something different with it and making it very interesting.
You know what I would like to
see? One of the things they're doing, in the second issue, because you haven't read it, I'll have to tell you what happens. They throw all these heroes and villains into like this arena, and there's like, I think if there's 36 heroes and villains in the arena, there's 18 items that you have to get an item in order to move on to the next level. And the items are like Blue Beetle Scarab, Bane's Venom. I mean, it's all these different things from DC, and all these power rings is one of them. And so everybody's going around trying to collect. What's his name's pen? The kid who has the pen, and when he clicks it, it brings a genie forth. That was one of the items that they had to find, and it was very interesting, the fact that there were 17 items and one secret item that nobody knew what it was, and of course Superman figures it out. But that's not something they did in Secret Wars. This is something that's totally new, totally different for this. And MK says DC Squid Games, very much so. Very much so, but I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. It's a good series. I'm enjoying. I've read the 2 issues. I'm not reading any of the auxiliary stuff. Yeah. That just bores me. But the main issue has actually been pretty entertaining.
One thing I'd like to see, and you know, this might actually get me back into reading, you know, mainstream comics. Is if they did something like the old Ultimates line from like 20 years ago, where
they've done that.
Well, they do it again, but this time they literally just start from year 0. And
that's kind of what they did with the most recent Ultimates, is they started over again.
Oh.
There was a character called the Maker who is actually a bad version of Mr. Fantastic,
Yeah.
decides to go and create his own world, start it all over again from scratch, and he purposely changed the timeline or changed events from happening to keep the major heroes from actually ever getting powers or ever forming or ever making it to Earth. And so he kept some of them. Others he thought, these guys, they're not that important, they can stay. But certain specific people he took off the board pretty much and restarted the Ultimate Universe
Yeah, but
with heroes and villains and so forth. But he specifically knocked out a few that he didn't want to interfere with his plans.
I like to see something like that with DC and just play it straight. Like section it off in its own thing. Just start at year zero for all Superman or Batman.
Well, that's kind of what they're doing with the Absolute line.
Oh, all right. I'll check it out.
You should. As a matter of fact, the person who texted me was bringing in some trade books. He actually came in last week and traded in some books, and I made him a really good deal. And it actually lends to MK's question. MK has a question. He says, Drew, when you purchase comics, do you aim for a certain percentage target so you can make it in the shop or cover overhead? Or is it different per deal as some you just want personally? To answer that question, I'll have to start from the end. Very few books do I make deals with in order to get for myself. My goal is always to get stuff for the store and for people I know. If there's somebody's looking for, like somebody brought in 3 issues of Warlord. Now, granted, this isn't a very fantastical title. Nobody's out there clamoring for it, but I have one customer who's looking for old Warlord issues. So I made a deal to get these 3 copies because I know for a fact he doesn't have these, because I actually keep track of what I sell him. So I look for stuff that either, number one, I know I have somebody looking for, or number 2, I don't have and I know it will sell. A lot of modern comics that get brought in, I will go for just simply because I don't have them. And I don't get a lot of modern comics. Now, when it comes to how much I'll offer and so forth, I have a very simple formula. If you're bringing me what we call filler books, which is just general books, a small box is usually about $50. Credit-wise, it could go up to $75, but if you're trading in a box of comics, it's about $50 a box, and that's usually the baseline. Now, when it comes to key issues or something I know that can sell easy, there's deals to be made. As a matter of fact, the person who I was just talking about, who's bringing in some trade stuff, he brought me in 16 comics, and I gave him $250 worth of credit for those 16 books. And those 16 books were Absolute Batman, cover A's, first prints, issues 1 through 15, plus the annual. And if you go on eBay right now, there's people who have sold the first 15 issues for about $400. And that's what they've sold them for. Not what they're asking, what they've sold them for. So I knew potentially this stack of comics could be worth up to $300 to $400. I offered him $250 in credit. He jumped at it. He ended up filling up 2 small boxes of comics. And once I calculated through my investment in those 2 small boxes of comics, I'm coming out way ahead of the deal. But he was happy. He was thrilled. He filled in a whole bunch of holes in his collection, and I got a set that I know at any given time I can sell and make back my money plus some. And he filled in a lot of holes and was thrilled. So, and he bought them all for probably cover price, which means he probably spent $75-$80 total. So bring Avery back in. He dipped out for a second there. But if anybody out there is interested in a run of Batman, Absolute Batman 1 through 15 plus the annual, which the annual now is getting harder and harder to find, I've got copies if they're interested, but I'm not letting it go for cheap. I made an investment in it, so we'll see what we get for it. So actually, I have issues 2 through 15 in my own collection. So I was missing issue 1. So literally, I bought issue 1 and the annual number 1 in this deal. Everything else I already had. So That's okay. These are things people are coming in looking for Absolute Batman all the time. So if you're willing to pay for them, I got them. So we'll see. But my local comic book store, they have on their shelf issues like 2 through 15 of Absolute Batman, but they're all the latest prints. Like issue 2 is up to like 6 print. Issue 3 has got like a 4th or 5th print. So I mean, it's crazy. But they have them on the shelf for sale. So if somebody wants to buy them and read them, they have them available. But if you want to invest in them, you want the first prints, you want the cover A's, not the alternate covers, the regular covers, you got to go to me. So we'll see what happens. MK says, LOL, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I do need to get you my list of Nightfall missing 3 issues. Okay. I'm always amazed. There are some Nightfall issues that went into 2nd and 3rd and even 4th printings, and I had no idea, because I've actually had something like the Breaking of the Bat, and a couple of the issues before and a couple issues after actually had 2nd and 3rd printings, and I've had those come in the store from time to time, and I was like, oh, never. And they're not worth anything more. Sometimes they'll have a little bit of value, but I actually got, Avery, you might get a kick out of this. I got a comic that came into the store that I thought, it's got a cool cover, but I noticed something about the cover. I'm going to show it. Now, this one's a little messed up. It's wrinkled. It's not worth anything. And honestly, it was going to go in my quarter bin. But this is G.I. Joe number 63. Now, you'll notice something different about this issue is that it's got the word classic written under it. Now, this is a great Mike Zeck cover. This is a gorgeous comic. And I've had regular copies of it before. But when I went to go look this up to see if this was like a reprint, turns out it is a reprint. This is actually the 3rd print of this specific issue. Not every issue of G.I. Joe got 2nd or 3rd printing, but this one, I guess because of the popularity of the cover, got a 3rd printing. And it's like an $85 book. I had no idea. I was going to throw this in the quarter bin, but I mean, the corner, it's all torn up a little bit.
Yeah.
Wrinkled, so I may press it just for the heck of it, but I had no idea. This is like an $85 book because of how scarce it is. But it's such a great cover, though. You got Snake Eyes and Scarlet walking through the minefield, you know? But this is actually the 3rd printing, which they, for some reason, they put classic on the cover. I don't understand why they did
What
that.
happens in that?
This is the one where the very first page is them vacationing, like on a
Okay.
where they crash landed on an island, and you know they're just hanging out, having a good time. And I haven't read this in so long. It's got Serpentor in it. It's got it's got a bunch of one of the great things about this comic is it was so much a drama than anything else. Yes, it was intended to sell toys to kids, but a lot of the subplots and sub-stories were drama stuff. You know, very, very, what is it called during the day? Guys, you know,
Soap opera
drama. There was a lot of this in the mid, like from issue 20 to 100. There was a lot of soap opera drama. You remember Billy, Cobra Commander's son? That Ripcord and his girlfriend. Those were all these subplots that were very soap opera-ish. And
that's why X-Men was so popular in the 80s.
Oh yeah. Well,
in the 90s, it was a soap opera.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, they don't do that crap anymore. You know.
It's not as good. It's like.
Yeah. Do you remember reading old X-Men, where all of a sudden there was a page that had nothing to do with the rest of the comic, which just teased something happening to somebody, and that was it. That's all you got.
Yeah.
Was one page, and you're like, where did this come from? And either Chris Claremont would address it later, or the topic would show up later, or it had a big effect on something else. Sometimes it was just an idea they threw out there to see if they'd ever go back to it. You know?
Oh yeah. But I mean, when I started reading X-Men, dude, Havoc was with Madeline.
Yep.
and the original X-Men were X Factor, and I had to get all that backstory, and I'm like, wait, so he's banging his brother's wife,
ex-wife at this moment. Actually, no.
Only
Did
but-
they get a divorce, or did she die?
he thought she was dead.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But he ran off to be with Jean anyway. When Jean came back, he
Right.
ditched her and his kid.
Actually, didn't the two of them? One of the stories is they go into the future to raise the kid. They raise Nathan. It's Cyclops and Jean Grey.
Yeah. Mentally, they go into the future. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just my 2 cents. I think in order for that to work, you really have to have a writer, who really knows what he's doing and he's invested in the characters. And with Chris Claremont, he had that kind of writer.
But he would also throw out stuff from time to time, and whether it ever paid off or not, it was just an idea that was just thrown in, just a little extra thing.
And it may not pay off. It may not pay off for a year.
Yeah, or it may never pay off. They may never go back to it again.
Oh, when he left X-Men, all these loose threads he had woven out there that was building towards something, it almost all got like nixed, dude.
Probably nobody knew where it was going in the first place.
Yeah, it was like those first few, like that's what led to me stop buying X-Men, was he wasn't writing it.
Right.
And after, and it took about a year, maybe a little bit more. I was just like, I'm done.
The one subplot storyline that I don't know if they ever did anything with, because I haven't read X-Men in forever, was the 12. Do you remember how Franklin Richards was one of the 12? He was supposed to, the idea was that in the future there were like 12 like Omega level mutants, and Franklin Richards was one of them, and it was like Cannonball was another, and Cyclops of course was one, and
The Externals?
No. It was the 12. There was a storyline in which
I don't remember.
Yeah, because I remember the image. It was there was one particular panel. Franklin Richards was just a little kid, and they were like looking at him, and then there was an image of him, like all silver and like powerful and all, and behind him were like some faces, like 11 faces or whatever, and you didn't know who. You could tell one of them was Cannonball, but that was it. And it was like they were like the ultimate mega.
I don't remember.
Yeah, that was a storyline that was in there originally, and I don't know if they ever went back and addressed it.
How about when they made they did the Externals thing, and all of a sudden Cannonball's like immortal?
Well, they overpowered Sunspot at one point.
Yeah.
He became like a super powered being at some point. And it's like, what the heck? I don't know. Yeah, it's been so many years since I've read X-Men. I really haven't followed.
Yeah,
it.
I haven't. I haven't either. I was like, because I would be reading it, and I'm like, none of these characters sound like themselves. It's all. And the times I've tried to read an X-Men book since then, I'm just like, I don't know who any of these characters are. Even the characters who I recognize, they're not behaving like themselves. I'm out.
Well, as I recall, from what again, this is like kind of a perfect coincidence. Since I'm rereading a book about Marvel's corporate history, which is actually a fascinating read. I highly recommend it. But with one notorious thing, so with the return of Jean Grey, that actually wasn't Claremont's idea. That was actually an editorial mandate from, I think, Jim Shooter, or it might have been the guy who replaced him. I don't know. So basically Claremont killed off Jean Grey in the Dark Phoenix saga, and the idea was that he didn't actually kill her off. That was actually Shooter's mandate, because the original story was that she would basically have essentially committed an act of galactic genocide, and then she was supposed to have gone to prison, or like essentially done like the Marvel version of community service, stop the risk, that reset the status quo. Shooter, pointed out that this didn't make any sense. I mean, she's basically almost casually obliterated billions of life forms So that's why he decreed she had to die. And even John Byrne afterwards, who opposed it, said it actually worked out. But and then after that, Jean Grey was supposed to be gone, but and that's when the idea was that Scott Summers would meet up with a woman named Madeline Pryor, and supposedly Claremont was working towards him and Madeline Summers, Cyclops and Madeline Pryor riding off into the sunset forever to live happily ever after. And what happened was that they needed to boost the sales, and nothing boosted sales faster than bringing back a dead character. Hence, Jean Grey returns. Hence, Scott Summers abandons Madeline Pryor and their newborn son to be with her. And Claremont objected to it, but at the end of the day, it wasn't his book. It wasn't his character. So he was a hired hand. So he had to do what he was told. Hence, well, that's a lot. So a lot of times when stupid shit happens like that, it's not the writer's fault or the artist's fault. It's someone upstairs needing to goose sales.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Richard's here. Let me say hi to Richard.
Yeah.
Richard, good evening.
Hey, what's up, man?
Good evening, gentlemen. I pray all is well with you all, and Merry Christmas to you too, my friend. To you too.
Merry Christmas, man.
Absolutely. Well, I wanted to show you. I am not the kind of guy who would buy a comic for the cover, but I saw a cover recently that I really was tempted to pick up because it is gorgeous. And believe it or not, it's a DC comic, and it's a character who I could care jack shit about. It's Poison Ivy, but I saw this cover and I absolutely loved it. So I'm sharing this cover with you guys, mainly because I want to say something about the inside, but I just everything about this cover I liked. I think the design looked great. The character looked great. I know I'm guessing it's Poison Ivy, but I'm not 100% sure. She's got the ivy up her arms. She's got the red hair, but everything about this cover I really, really liked. This was great. So I start flipping through the issue to see if it's worth paying the $4.99 for it. And in it, Poison Ivy is like with some blonde-haired chick who's not Harley Quinn. And then the next thing you know, they start making out. And then the next thing you know, they're waking up together in bed, and Harley is standing over them. And Harley is not the jealous lover, the pissed off. What the hell? She's like, hey girls, how's it going? And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a whole new dynamic of this relationship between the two, because they've been stressing Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn are like star-crossed lovers. They are the end all to be all of the lesbian bisexual couple in DC Comics. And to throw another person in the middle of it is really weird to me. But then again, maybe that's something that happens in LGBTQ community. I don't know. It's not something I follow, but it was a very odd and unsettling twist to the story.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know either. I
would never buy a Poison Ivy comic. She's a Batman villain.
Yeah, but I love the cover. It looks great.
Yeah, and she should only show up to get punched by Batman.
MK says Jack Ivy. Yeah, maybe. Richard says, I always have felt that the Phoenix Saga was one of the best stories of all time.
It was really good.
And if only the movie had been good. You know?
Oh God. They made that story twice and fucked it up both times.
Both times, yeah.
Well, it's third time's a charm. Although according to the people at DC, according to again, this is a rumor, so take it for what it's worth. They're not going to be bringing Wolverine in with the next reboot of the X-Men. The feeling is that everybody's going to expect him to be Hugh Jackman, and Hugh Jackman's getting a little long in the tooth to play the role. So, yeah, no Wolverine. Probably the focus is going to be on someone else, and they'll probably bring him in later. Which makes sense, I suppose, from a storytelling standpoint. But it's going to leave a lot of very butthurt fanboys.
All right, Todd just texted. He should be in a few. Actually, he texted 16 minutes ago. He's not here yet.
Yeah,
So
you know.
I'm pissed at him. I'm pissed. Damn
Oh
it, man.
God! What? Oh God! What are you gonna do?
Well, there were a couple of articles that I wanted to share.
Did you see that thing I sent you from an article I saw on Facebook?
I started to read it, but I didn't realize it was as long as it was. So
Yeah, don't. I didn't send the article. I just sent people that the title of the article, and then people's comments just ripping on it.
okay. I was trying to figure out. I was trying to like click on the article, and I will.
No, I
will
just
check it out.
I just screwed screenshots.
Okay.
You know, they were like, oh, you know, the Tom King Batman deserves more credit than it got, and they're just like, really? No. Some of the comments of the people ripping on it. It's pretty funny.
Now, they announced 3 new titles coming out from DC that actually sound good until I read more about them. I don't know. I sent an image. It included a new Lobo series, a new Batgirl series, and a new Deathstroke the Terminator series. Now, the Lobo one looked like it might be interesting. It was Scotty Young doing the writing, and could be fun. He tends to do some over-the-top fun comics, fun stories. I'm actually sending it back to myself. Whoops. I need to go to my Gmail account so I can grab the article. But here we go. All right. So DC All In starts its second act in March 2026 with DC's Next Level, and they list Lobo with actually I think it's what's his name, Jorge Corona, who he's worked with on several projects, so that could be fun. He has a tendency to do a lot of over the top crazy stuff, like with I Hate Fairyland and so forth. So him doing a Lobo series could be interesting. There were some nice looking covers in here. Let me see if I can I even, they're not even, you can't even link to it, whatever. There's a new Batwoman title with art by Danny, who, if I remember correctly, I know who that person is. And then Deathstroke. What happened to Batgirl? Oh, Batgirl was in the other article I was referring. This looks like it could be cool with the Terminator. Deathstroke the Terminator. All these images here, you can't click on them to enlarge them. What the heck? What site is this that won't let you do something?
Top shelf.
Oh, this is DC's own site.
And they can't even make it where you can like click on the cover just to get a better look at it.
Yeah, so stupid. See, I show them off and then they fail me. They fail me completely.
That's DC. That's mainstream comics.
Well, the other article I read was like a whole list of a whole bunch of new titles that they were going to be releasing, and they looked great. Now, I know I showed you guys the picture of the final issue of Birds of Prey because they're canceling the series, and the final issue main cover, issue number, what is this, 28? It went almost 3 years. Didn't make it 3 years. Has all the girls from Birds of Prey at a ice cream shop having some ice cream
at an ice cream truck.
Yeah, an ice cream truck. It's like
riveting. That's really what people want to read, and that's what people want in comics. They want these superheroes like having coffee, talking about their feelings. Maybe they have a cooking show on YouTube or something. You know, maybe they're TikTokers. That's what they need. Yeah. I mean, it's clearly working. Nobody wants action and dynamic scenes and like drama.
And yeah.
Nobody wants that. That's toxic. That has to go. because sometimes the wrong kind of people like that stuff. We don't need that.
Yeah. All right. I sent the link. Okay, there we go. I'm looking for the link to the. All right. Let me share this one.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that cover, and I was just like, really? What's? It's like, I
MK
wonder why
says,
that
"F
book's
that
canceled.
noise." Oh, wait a minute. Almost like Richard says, I like the Joker, but Batman's greatest foe was Ra's al Ghul, especially in the early years.
Oh yeah.
We can argue that someday. We can argue
Well,
Batman's.
Ra's al Ghul really did become a really good villain, though. He really is. I mean, they did a good job of when they created him, weaving him in.
Right. Why am I getting all these advertisements? Because that's just the way it goes.
Are you on Bleeding Cool?
No, this is
No.
AIAP. What is this? AIPT?
Uh-huh.
Let me see. Can I click on the images? No, can't click on the images. Let me see if I click on these images.
It's
With the US Bank Split World MasterCard, you can pay later on every purchase. Choose from a 3.
I don't know if you guys
wow.
know that or not, but yeah,
Yeah,
advertising.
we heard it.
So this is Wonder Woman enters the Wonder War. That's a dumb name. I like this character. This is Trinity, daughter of. Can I get rid of this one? There's like a whole thing of. Okay, that's the page. Okay, I like this character, Trinity's daughter, Wonder Woman's daughter, Trinity. That's a nice cover. Can I blow this one up? Okay, that one's nice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. all
Wait, are these covers?
Yeah, these are covers. It's like alternate covers. You know how they do. Every issue has to have an alternate cover. This one is Gotham Under Siege again. Is that supposed to be the Joker? I don't know.
I don't know. It's not.
Let's see. Someone is coming to kill you. Kind of looks like Brainiac. No, it's got the Joker symbol down there. So this is a new version of the Joker, I guess. Well, I guess after Absolute Batman turned him into a giant it-like looking lizard, they got to do something new with him. All right, well, yeah. As apparently Green Arrow series is getting canceled as well, and he's going to be joining Batman and Black Canary in Detective Comics. That could be interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting cover. I have no idea who that is. Nightwing, of course. Let's see, Catwoman. Of course, she's going to have alternate covers. You got your Cho alternate cover. That one's kind of nice.
Kind of guys?
Kind of nice.
Oh.
Yeah, but once again, if you're trying to sell covers, Catwoman's a title to go to. Oh, this is it. This is the Batgirl. So apparently, in the storyline for DCKO, this version of Batgirl gets a new power where she can control her own blood. And so I was wondering what that red stuff wrapping around her was. I guess that's her own blood. She can control it.
She's a bloodbender, huh?
Yeah, very much so. But once again, these covers are to sell a comic book cover. That was kind of nice, but that is not Batgirl. That is a Batgirl. That's not the Batgirl. I like the idea that they're going to go back to the classic costume with Harley Quinn. We'll have to see if that actually lasts. But they make her into such a joke.
What, you didn't buy the Scratch and Sniff fart comic?
No, I never did.
Oh man, you're missing out.
Gillian Marsh doing a parody of the Todd McFarlane cover. That's actually kind of funny. But with Harley and Poison Ivy. That's all these two characters are nowadays. That's it. That's it. There's nothing else to them. That's all. That is the extent of what they can do. I guess. Oh, this might be the blonde chick that I was telling you guys about. But
Okay.
Poison Ivy as the mayor. They do some
That
nice covers.
That makes sense.
Yep. They do a lot of dark like covers with her, but oh, and so the new thing is, I guess Superman after the events of DCKO is going to go away for a while, and all the titles are going to focus on Superboys, including Jonathan, John Kent, and Connor, and believe it or not, Superboy Prime. But hey, look, it's the gay Superboy. You know, what's so funny is they showed a cover like this. That's Connor. I guess this title, whatever title this is this.
Yeah.
Oh, this is they're going to restart a new Supergirl, of course.
Yeah. That one cover right there. That's kind of Supergirl cover. I saw that on Instagram yesterday or today. The one that has like the Alfonso Monk kind of style to it.
Oh, I
Yeah.
like that one. That one's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. I follow that artist. He's really good.
Okay. Oh, this is the Superboy one. This is like a younger version of Jonathan or John. You know, back when he was a kid and still, you know,
Super Sons era.
Super Sons era. Yeah, Super Sons was awesome. And then of
Yeah,
course,
a lot of people liked that book.
yeah,
And then they canceled it for a book nobody wanted.
yeah, Superboy Prime is going to become a regular. Superboy Prime is actually an evil. These are all the Super Sons versions of the Superboys. Superboy Prime, Connor, Jonathan, a young version of Jonathan, the older version, which is the gay one. Oh, and now they're going to do something with Green Lantern. Let's see some of these covers. That's cool. That's all right. That's like a David Aja cover, you know? Gillian Marsh. Oh, I do not like that design at all. Is that supposed to be Kyle?
I don't know.
Ugh. Well, that's Kyle, so yeah, that's probably what it is. I think Kyle just recently came back or something like that. This one I think is supposed to focus on Guy Gardner. It's supposed to be one of the main characters.
You know that detail that Ethan gave them with like the hovering symbols was actually pretty cool.
Oh yeah. So Aquaman, who nobody cares about. Oh, that's a
No.
horrible cover.
No, Aquaman's always been so boring.
And then New Flash. That's Brian Boland, I think, right? Got a Brian
That-
Boland feel to it, but it's really not a good one. Let's see. What is this title? Oh, Justice League Unlimited. Yep. Always good. I've bought almost every issue of Justice League Unlimited, and it's been fun. Let's see. Got Vixen, Wonder Woman and the Atom, Green Lantern, and Star Sapphire.
That's funny. Those two dummies used to crack me up in the Giffen days Justice League.
Do you realize they're wearing each other's sweaters?
Yes.
Blue Beetle is wearing a booster's.
Yes. I get it.
That's hilarious. I'm sorry, that's funny. Is that a Brian Boland too? If it is, it's a really bad one. No, yes, it is. It's Brian Boland. Ugh, it's not a very dynamic cover there. And then this is the new Teen Titans that are coming out. You're getting a whole new roster, and apparently it's Connor, Superboy, Tara, and I'm not sure who the other two are, but we're getting a new team. And of course, they spotlight on Raven, who's probably one of the most popular characters. Yeah. And that's it. That's a whole bunch of new comics, a whole bunch of new covers. DC definitely puts out some nice, pretty covers. I have to admit, they do.
The story's any good though. That's the question.
Well, they have. I'll be honest with you, they have been better. So, all right, hold on a second. Let's go back and check out the comments. Let's see. Did I read this one? Richard says, "I've always felt that the Phoenix." Yep, I read that one. MK says, "Ha ha ha! Only show up to get punched. Go Avery." Richard says, "Good to hear from you, Avery. How's the art going?"
I'm trying.
We all are. We all are. He says, "There's been several great stories of the new X-Men." Really? As in current X-Men? That's a good question. I like the Joker, but Batman's greatest. Okay, I already read that one. And we can have that discussion one day. F that noise. Agree, Richard. Love those. Richard says, blame that on the Milkshake Sisters. Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
And says, George Perez drew the best Wonder Woman. He absolutely did.
He did agree. He did do a great one. He did.
Actually, you know who else draws a really great Wonder Woman? Yannick Paquette. He did that Wonder Woman
He's good.
Earth 1 with Grant Morrison. And, dude, he draws a really, really sexy Diana.
He's really good.
The story, I read it, the first book. Ugh. The art was pretty, but the story was ugh.
Who wrote it?
Grant Morrison, I think.
Oh.
That's the one where Steve Trevor was a black guy.
I can't imagine Grant Morrison writing Wonder Woman. That sounds so weird.
Have either of you guys seen the trailer for the Disney Plus series Wonder Man?
No.
There's a trailer. There's a Wonder Man series.
Yes, that's what I just said. Have you seen the trailer for this series?
I wasn't even aware there was a trailer or a series.
Yes, there's a trailer out there. Hold on a second. Todd,
Hello.
are you familiar with the Disney Plus series Wonder Man that's coming out? And have you seen the trailer for it?
I have not. Is it good?
I'm guessing no.
Needless to say, it focuses on the fact that he's a struggling actor.
Okay.
And what's his name? Ben Kingsley, who played the fake Mandarin from Iron Man, is in it as well. And there is no hint of him having powers or anything. It's just him struggling to find a job as an out-of-work actor.
That doesn't make sense.
That's it. That's all the trailer shows.
Well,
As long as he makes coffee and talks about his feelings while doing a baking YouTube show.
wait
it'll
a minute.
work.
Do you think is it because maybe they're worried about like the superhero fatigue or something? Or
If they were worried about superhero fatigue, you'd
They wouldn't
think
do the
they
show.
wouldn't make a TV show about a superhero.
right?
You know? Let me see if do you guys really want to? I don't even want to share it with you guys.
Hey, what's up? What's up, MK? What's up, Richard?
I don't even want to share it with you. I watched it and I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting for something to happen.
And it's not.
nothing
Nothing happens.
All right, I'm going to share it with you guys.
It sounds like a good, faithful adaptation of modern Marvel. Then.
All right. This is the Marvel Television's Wonder Man official trailer from Disney Plus. Make sure you let me know if you can hear it or not.
The entertainment world is stunned today when internationally celebrated and reclusive filmmaker Von Kovac sprung out of retirement to sign on for a remake of Wonder Man. Mr. Von Kovac, could you tell us more?
Everyone is tired of superheroes. Very simple.
Now, isn't that one of the bad guys, like the dictator bad guy from Superman? The actor?
I don't know.
It
I don't
is.
know.
Okay. Did you not see the new Superman movie?
I did
No.
not. Hey, wait. Richard says. Richard.
Yeah, I'll
says
get to it. Richard says, "Hey Todd, how are you? You ready for Christmas? Where is the next What Files?"
Yeah. So I am ready. I desperately need a break. And we're gonna be traveling. So I'm super excited.
When is the next episode going to hit?
So I'm working on an episode right now. Not What Files. It's sort of like an end of the year special. It's a short. That was supposed to go live today, but my wife Melissa was out of town this week on business, so I was in charge of the kids. So miraculously, I'm exactly the number of days behind that she was gone. Total coincidence, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna try my best to have the episode live Monday-ish. So that'll be the next episode, but it's not the What Files. The next What Files comes right after that.
Okay.
So it'll be in January. And we're going to be doing a lot of What Files. So What Files is, I think, going to stick for a long time. So it'll look for the next What Files in January. That'll be the very next episode after the one I release Monday.
And thank you, Richard, for bringing it up, keeping his feet to the fire, and
You have
keeping
to.
him motivated. Because everything we say to him just goes in one ear and out the other, and he could care less about what we have to say about it. So
That's true.
he listens to his fans. Is all I'm saying.
I do.
All right, you ready to go? Keep going.
Yeah.
Opportunity to reimagine a whole genre of storytelling.
Have you thought about casting?
So, what's this big audition you were talking about?
It's a huge opportunity. I'm auditioning for Wonder Man.
Oh, geez. By the way, I saw an article that said another actor leaves DC for Marvel. Do you know who it is?
No.
It's the black guy that's in this show. He was Black Manta in the Aquaman series.
Oh.
So yeah, they get to write an article about another actor leaving DC and going over to Marvel.
There's so many of these actors are crisscrossing between all the
And it's not a
franchises. Who
big deal.
cares?
Nobody cares either. You know, if you look good and you look like he did a great Black Manta. He looked awesome for the times that you saw him without his mask on. But as a Marvel character, who cares? Really? Anyway, let's keep watching this.
Did you hear about Wonder Man? I need to be in this movie.
Sorry, you crazy.
I was born to play this character.
Oh, you serious? Boo, they are already talking to Leo.
I don't know about you guys, but as a comic book superhero fan, I want to see this show so bad. I can't wait to watch these actors prepare for the role of a lifetime. We're almost a minute into this 2.5-minute trailer, and nothing super heroic.
I think it
heroish
looks
has happened.
interesting.
Oh, shut the! I'm kicking you.
You just gotta go out there and crush it.
What's wrong?
I'm trying to come up with a backstory for the character.
Well, trust the words. Just show up and say them.
That's not my process.
Well, the process can go blow a spider.
Okay, I'm sure that joke was funny in Britain, but your process can go blow a spider? I don't. Was that funny to anybody? Raise your hand if you thought that was funny.
I mean, it wasn't funny, but so far I think it's an interesting concept.
Shut up! You're freaking lying to yourself, you piece of crap. Stop it!
Guy's killing it there, bro.
Where have I seen him before?
Pretty sure he used to be a terrorist.
Next! You can slate whenever you're ready.
Simon Williams, reading for Wonder Man.
Listen to me, Simon. The callback is happening now. Just be normal. Normal, man. The breakdown is go method.
Come in. Mr. Kovac will meet you in the living room.
I honestly don't know which is worse after seeing the trailer, Wonder Man or She-Hulk.
Really? It doesn't.
I thought
this is not
She-Hulk
that bad,
after Avery.
What?
When I say the comic book character Wonder Man to you, can you describe him in any way?
White guy.
Okay. Cosmic powers, you know.
Yeah.
Linked to the Vision. Yes, he was an actor, but that wasn't his entire being. You know, this entire show is about him trying to be an actor. Where's the superhero?
I don't know. I think Wonder Man in this is a character, and he's
Simon Wilson. Simon is Wonder Man.
I know, but in this, I believe Wonder Man is just a fictional character that used to be a movie franchise that they're trying to bring back and recast.
I mean, I think it's an interesting concept.
Shut up! Nobody cares what you think.
So you are here to meet Von Kovac?
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's very meta.
I want to explore the place between fiction and non-fiction.
That's tight.
We are going to make the last movie on Earth. No one will have the balls to make another. And action!
Any news from Von Kovac?
There is news to be the first to know, unless you call me again, in which case I will never tell you.
8 episodes. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it.
That logo screams sitcom.
I thought it looked fine. I really did. I don't see a problem with it so far.
I hate you. I hate you and everything you stand
for. This is the guy that likes everything. And all of a sudden he's like, oh, no, I don't want to.
That should tell you something.
This is Mr. I think the Hobbit movies are better than the Lord of the Rings.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
The Hobbit movies were better than Lord of the Rings.
You're on crack. It's full of gobbledygook that does nothing. They're full of gobbledygook that has nothing to do with the story and doesn't advance the story at all.
It builds characters to the point where your heart breaks at the end of the first movie when what's his name is standing in front of Frodo, and he's not Frodo, Bilbo, and he says, you know, I didn't think you should ever come on this journey. It wasn't for you. And then he says, and I have never been so wrong. It's like, oh my gosh, your heart like wanted to fall out. It was so emotional. There was nothing.
Wait, the one that's dead in Lord of the Rings? I can't remember.
Nothing emotional to me about the Lord of the. There was very, very few scenes in Lord of the Rings where it was that emotional, that it just like tore your heart out. It was just great.
Nothing in The Hobbit tore my heart out.
It was a great line. It was delivered so well. It was the way to end a movie, and the first movie ended on that note. And it was like, oh my gosh, this was beautiful. This was beautiful writing and beautiful acting. And it was great.
You're retarded.
No, I'm right.
No, you're wrong.
I'm right. I'm fairly certain I'm always right.
You're never right.
All right. Christmas. I have a Christmas argument to make. Of the 3 that have been made, the original animated one, the Jim Carrey version, and the guy that played Doctor Strange version of the Grinch movies. that Jim Carrey is by far the best, hands down.
I wouldn't know. I've only ever seen the original animated.
Guys,
So, say this again.
Todd's in Wonder Man zone, trying to figure out who the hell Wonder Man is.
How good the show's going to be.
Yeah. There was the original animated show, How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yes.
There was the Jim Carrey live action, which, by the way, the little girl who was Cindy Lou, who grew up to be the braless, shirtless, wearing rocker. I mean, come on, you got to give it just for that.
She was also on Gossip Girl.
Yep, and the most recent version, which was the 3D animated one that starred the guy that played Doctor Strange as the voice of the Grinch. Which, granted, it was fun, it was cute, it was entertaining, but the Jim Carrey Grinch, hands down, by far, the best Grinch movie, period.
Wouldn't know. Never seen it. I've only ever seen the original when I was a little kid.
Richard says, my father was the best Grinch ever. There's a line from the Jim Carrey Grinch that I absolutely love. I quote it all the time because it's my favorite line. The Grinch has been invited to the Who Christmas party, and he's coming up with reasons why he can't go. And he's listing off a list of things that he has to do in which are more important than going to the Whoville Christmas party. And one of them is solve world hunger. Don't tell anyone. I absolutely love that line. I love it. That line is so hilarious to me. I absolutely think it's hilarious. That is my favorite Grinch line in any movie, any animated series, anything. Solve world hunger. Don't tell anyone. I love that line.
He looks more and more like the Muppet I did of him every day.
It's true.
Especially that laugh, dude, when he was like, ha ha, like he looks like
I'm holding back a cough. I'm laughing so hard. Guys, I just love that line. Oh.
Hey, so I got an interesting story to bring up. It's not comic related, but I think you guys might find it funny or interesting or worthy of a moment's debate. So apparently there's this video game mogul in China who currently holds the world record for the total number of living offspring in the world. Guess how many he has?
3.
over 100.
You're closest without apparently this guy apparently I don't remember his name, but apparently he's currently fathered 100 children all through surrogacy. And apparently, he literally has people flying across the Pacific with his genetic material, contracts women to bear his offspring, and he's never met any of them. But,
I mean, that's really the best way.
So,
just me and my Dixie cup repopulating the world.
At the end of the day, that's probably for the best.
Well, he says that the reason why he's doing it is that he wants to father a worthy successor to his business enterprises. So I guess the ultimate goal is to have is when these kids are all like in their teens to gather them up battle royale style and like give them like, I don't know, pipes and let them duke it out. And whichever one of his spawn is upstanding can inherit daddy's millions.
That's brilliant.
But apparently it's this is very common apparently among a lot of these among our new emerging elite. They're insanely competitive about everything, and so apparently just like fathering more kids, it's just a way of saying to like the other billionaire, at the cocktail party, oh, you had a son? Great, I just had 2 more. So I don't know. I mean,
That's the quickest way to lose your money.
Well, you know, I mean,
support and all that shit.
and the worst part of it, they don't get to have sex. It's all done, you know, via test tubes and whatnot.
Well, you know, who has time?
Although I can see that like being like a story like a really cheesy B movie story that Netflix can do once it finishes buying every other studio in Hollywood. So basically, Netflix is the only studio out there. An updated version, like an Americanized version of Battle Royale. Mysterious trillionaire realizes he's dying, and fathers 100 offspring, and he gathers them all together and says, you know, in one place, gives them like, you know, wrenches, knives, swords, whatever. Says, fight to the death for Daddy's love and Daddy's trillions.
We'll just call it Offspring.
Yeah, well, Todd, you only
Write it up.
I've got too many projects going on right now. Besides, my PC is currently nothing more. It's currently like a very large brick. I've tried everything I can to get it to work.
Richard says his father was the best Grinch ever.
Yeah.
We already read that, Todd. Good way to keep
Richard
up.
said that his father was the best Grinch ever.
Yeah, I know. We didn't read it for a third time, Todd.
Gotta keep them separated.
All right, here we go. You ready?
No.
4 o'clock, wallow in self-pity. 4:30, stare into the abyss. 5 o'clock, solve world hunger. Tell no one. 5:30, jazzercise. 6:30, dinner with me.
The comments include the little tell no one with the twinkle in his eye sends me every time. Solve world hunger, tell no one. Brilliant. That's everybody's favorite line. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Night, Richard.
Is Richard leaving us? Okay.
Later,
Good night,
bro.
my friends, I'm fading fast. You all take care and have a blessed Christmas. You too, my friend. I'll talk to you soon. Oh, guys. So, Todd.
Yo.
How are the girls enjoying their Hanukkah gifts? Have we gotten a good one yet? Have we gotten to something good yet?
No. They're getting something good tomorrow night.
Okay.
They're getting from us. They're getting we put it all into like one big special gift. And
you're not buying them like you're not buying them like a PlayStation or something, are you?
No.
Okay.
No.
Hanukkah gets so bad that Todd's thinking about converting.
They get pretty bad. I'll tell you what the president is after she gets it because I don't want to say anything.
Okay.
Wait, MK says, in case anyone was curious, the Netflix boxing is the cash grab you expected. Silva fight was decent for a 50-year-old.
Oh, did that already happen?
Was that tonight? Did he win? Please tell me he knocked the fuck out of dude.
Well, that was tonight. I was looking forward to that.
They did it.
He's never gonna lose. He's never gonna lose because it's super. After I watched the Tyson. It's on right now. After I saw the Tyson thing, like Tyson was so obviously not fighting.
Yeah.
Like I watched. Yeah, Paul is after this fight. Okay, he's gonna win. Like I can't imagine. Like it's such a bullshit. I would be. I want him to. Everyone wants to get Paul knocked out. Logan Paul knocked out, but he's paying for it.
Yeah, it's in the contracts. They can't knock him out.
It's like I actually got into the Tyson thing because I have a soft spot. I love Mike Tyson, obviously, kid of the '80s, but like he is a brilliant marketer. He's elite tier, but like I watched all the footage of Tyson training, and Tyson looked like a motherfucking killer. Like he looked like he was on fire. Like he was legitimately training. So I got interested. And then the minute he got in the ring and he was like obviously pulling punches and like stop it, he would punch like this and stop. And like I was like, there's just no way. In fact, he honestly like there's one punch Tyson did that like accidentally went through and knocked Logan for a loop. And Tyson was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Like he kind of backed off a little bit. I'm like, "Okay, this is bullshit." you know. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. Credit where credit's due. He's like an elite tier marketer. It doesn't get bigger. Like, yeah, he's probably one of the best marketers on planet Earth. So with that said,
I do have it. I do have it up right now. So if
share it.
No, I'm not sharing this live, you dick.
Are you watching on Netflix?
Yeah. Remember, I shared it last time with the Tyson fight. I shared it with you guys during a live stream.
Yeah.
So it hasn't started yet. There's an advertisement going on right now.
We'll share it in a minute.
As soon as we're off stream, yeah, sure. Don't be dumb. Don't be dumb,
The
Todd.
Silva fight was a stoppage TKO. Wow.
Actually, if I remember correctly, the best fight of that Tyson, Jake Paul, or Logan Paul, whoever it was one of the Paul brothers, was the two girls. They were killing each other. It was great. It was a great fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well.
The girls are on now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, we're in a commercial. We got a commercial going on right now. So,
You know, guys, credit where credit's due. I mean, you can thank Jake Paul for the growing, for like at least putting some interest back into boxing. Because, you know, the fact is that boxing was pretty much dying out, you know, due to competition from MMA. You know, so Jake Paul and his brother putting on what are essentially like stage exhibition matches might be a way to bring the sport back. You know, if they'll watch Jake Paul knock down a tin can, maybe they'll watch, you know, a real boxer fight for real.
Well, again, the reason the hype for this one is that Jake Paul basically has been taking on like elderly fighters since day one, so he's never really had a real fight. I think he had one real fight and he lost or something, and then it's just been like, you know, no one under the age of 60 or something. So like he kind of has a this is sort of like the first fight where the guy has something to lose, supposedly, because he's actually like a championship boxer that's still fighting. So it's not like a retiree. So there is some like, oh, well, maybe this one will be a real fight, but I don't know. MK says no. He's 30. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's 36. He's still. Oh wait, Joshua's last fight was 10 years ago. Oh, maybe I'm totally wrong then. What I had heard was like this guy had something to lose and he was like still a fighter or something. But if that's the case, then if his last fight was 10 years ago.
yeah, Todd has a tendency to get his facts wrong.
Well, yeah.
We don't trust Todd in facts.
Yeah, I don't like you in driving.
That's a safe bet not to trust me in driving. So, all right, well, guys, we're going to go ahead and start wrapping up. Unless Todd, you had anything else you want to talk about? I had those.
No,
two
I'm good.
articles,
I'm good. I'm sorry I was late. You know, we had some guests over at the house, just Christmas
right.
stuff. You know.
We know who's more important to you. Your
I
wife,
know. I'm
or your
sorry. I
family,
put family.
friends. Yeah,
I know. I'm sorry.
Screw you. Yeah. Anyway, for everybody out there, we will probably be live streaming next Friday. I don't see any reason why not. It'll be an after Christmas special.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about all the gifts Santa Claus brought all of us, which should be wonderful, except for Todd, of course. Santa's not bringing him shit. And it'll be pretty good. It'll be pretty good. All right, guys. Hope you all have a wonderful week. And we will see you guys next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.